Hey, love bugs. I'm excited to be here. Running a little bit late. I swear it feels a little bit like Mercury has come early. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Archield. I'm an intuitive business coach. And today we're going to do the business energy for the full moon in Leo. So I'm really super excited to be here with you guys. I didn't know if I'd actually get here. This was a little rough today. Lots of tech issues. So I'm going to jump right into it. If you like what you're seeing, if you want more, be sure to hit me up in the comments and I'll reach out to you. You can also head over to my website, africaarchield.com, or any social media channel, Africa BAB. All right, so let's see what's coming for this business energy for the full moon in Leo. And a couple of things I do want to say that's coming in. Of course, you know, Mercury is going in retrograde on the 30th, right? So take these next couple of days, back up what needs to be back up technology wise. Hello, Elizabeth. It is so good to see you. Um, and do those practical things. You know, as an intuitive business coach, I'm all about the spiritual, obviously, but also the practical. That practical thing is back your stuff up, right? Also, with Mercury going in retrograde, you really want to look at a couple of things in your business. This is a beautiful time to reflect on what's going well and what isn't. This is also a wonderful time to tie up all loose ends, right? Maybe not the time to jump into new things necessarily, but definitely tie up all your loose ends during a retrograde period. Bring things to completion. Release things that need to be released. These are all good things to do during Mercury in retrograde because it allows us to take a step back. A lot of people are like, oh no, technology totally haywire. But Mercury in retrograde is really good because it lets us take a step back and really look at what needs to be done, right? And handle our business, right? So I really want to say that. Also, I think Mercury is going retrograde in Aquarius. So look where what house Aquarius is in your natal chart, and look at that and figure out, okay, this is probably an area. I think Mercury hasn't gone retrograde in Aquarius in decades. That really needs some special clean out, right? So definitely look at that, and I have a special ring of natal charts for businesses. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If you tell me what your house is for your Aquarius, I'll let you know how that kind of goes for your business. All right, let's jump into this reading. Let's see what's going here with the full moon in Leo. As I travel, I'm in travel mode right now. We've got the Queen of Cups reverse. This is what we're rolling into this full moon in Leo. We've got our Six of Wands. Aquarius, of course. So we're going to be rolling into that new moon in Aquarius, right? And the stars making an entrance. Aquarius is your third house, Elizabeth. Okay, so give me a second. I'll explain that. We've got the Eight of Wands. And we've got the Princess of Cups reversed. So I'm going to put a pin on Elizabeth because I'm going to explain that. And that'll be a perfect way as we start doing a few more things during this reading. All right, so we're rolling into this full moon in Leo. And I love Leos because Leo roars. And it's like this a beautiful way to almost vibrationally blow out what's going on, because in a full moon we release those things anyway, which is also why I'm kind of happy Mercury in retrograde's happening. But coming in a full moon, we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse, and so there's probably, as you know, there's energy has been just wonky the beginning of this year. I believe 2021 is going to be, there's a lot of really good expansive energy going on with Jupiter. And even with Saturn, kind of like, hey, make a plan, stick to the plan, like all that wonderful stuff's going on in Aquarius. But there's still this need to really look at how we're grounding in spiritually for our business. As much as I say you are your business is also like its own entity. and it has a spiritual side too. So I want you to, what I call, I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow, I hadn't talked about this in a long time. Tap into the soul of your business. Like, take that opportunity today, no later than tomorrow, to really tap into the soul of your business. Ask it what it wants, what it's needing right now, so that it can get emotionally righted as we're going through this full moon phase. It might have certain things it's going to ask you to let go. I don't know. But tap into the soul of your business. It's the main thing I'm hearing there. And then we, like I said, we have the Six of Wands. And if you have any other questions as I'm going, make sure to put them in the comments. The Six of Wands, yeah, there's certain things. This Leo moon is also about harvesting. So don't forget what you've done well, right? That'll help you understand what you need to take forward. But again, I think when you're tapping into the soul of your business, you're going to find out what's really been going well. You can look very practically also. Look at your Google Analytics. Look at whatever social media platform that you mainly are on and see what those analytics look like. Right? We've got to intertwine the practical and the spiritual as we move forward with our businesses, because both inform one another as to what to do next. And so this is a time where things are going to harvest. That's what I'm seeing right now. It's harvesting. It's understanding what's been going on. And then we're moving on here to the Star card, our major arcana, which is associated with Aquarius, which is nice because the Aquarius new moon will be coming up. I think it's February 11th. And right now, like I said, Mercury is going retrograde in Aquarius. So in a minute, I'm going to tell you, like Elizabeth says, Aquarius is in her third house. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But look to see where Aquarius is. What house is Aquarius for you in your natal chart? All right. And what's nice is Aquarius in general is about community, right? And humanitarian causes, and just really understanding how you can affect the world to make it better. So my question to you right now, even before we get to what houses Aquarius is in, is how can you affect the world with your business and make it better? That's something you really want to focus on as we're in this full moon to new moon phase. And then we've got the Eight of Cups. Wow, there's like a lot of Mars energy in this as well. So there's going to be a push me, pull me. Mercury in retrograde is going to make you take a step back and kind of be a little bit more analytical. And Mars is going to make you want to jump forward like a crazy person, right? They're like, let's go, let's go, let's go. They're like, we don't want to stop. We got a lot of energy. So you're going to have a lot of energy. We don't want to obviously end up in a dumpster fire, right? So take this time, this retrograde time, this time as well, obviously between the full moon going into a new moon Aquarius, to really understand the plan, have a strategy, right, about what goes next. So you're just not like, literally, I said, like here, I look at the card, I always think dumpster fire, but literally like you're running around with your hair on fire, right? We want to be a little bit more composed than that. And I'm not saying that the energy that's going on out there, we have a lot of squares going on right now. A lot of things are squared astrologically, which can make you feel like your hair is on fire. We're going to want to be a little bit more composed. And as we slide right into that new moon in Aquarius, we've got the Princess of Cups reversed. And I think for me, I'm looking at this again. It's kind of like starting off and ending in the same place here. It comes back to spirituality, right? I started this off with the Queen of Cups, ending with the Princess of Cups. You're really going to look at that spiritual component. And I know most of you watching, hey, hang 'em high, most of you watching are spiritual entrepreneurs. So you're like, yeah, of course. But really, how much are you spending in meditation? How much are you spending with the soul of your business to really understand and get that spiritual aspect, not just of what you do as a business, but who your business is? Okay. That's a big components I'm getting there. Let me see. I have a couple more cards here I want to get for you guys. When you're traveling, you always have a different set than when you do at home. So I'm running into limited space. Let's see. We've got Gemini, I think. And how perfect is that for right now, right? I was saying you just really got to have a plan. One thing about Gemini, they can always meet people where they are. So I like the idea that Gemini is coming up here. And for those of you into numerology, this is card number 15. I like that Gemini is coming up here because it's not only, I think, Gemini meets people where they are. There's a little bit of that going on here with the Eight of Wands because Sagittarius is in here. But the reason why am I saying all this? Gemini to me is a natural salesperson, right? Because they always can tell like someone's come from and then lead them to what they are wanting to sell, so to speak. But they understand people. Sagittarius understands how to teach people, which is why I pulled this one out again. And so I like that, I think, because there's this synergy right now, it feels like, between the Gemini and the Sagittarius to come up with a really workable plan. This is, of everything, 2021 is really looking like the year of make a plan and go with the plan. Stop changing the plan. Stop building half-built bridges. Go with the plan. Oh, I'm so glad you love it. So definitely look, I think you might find this when you're going through, you're figuring out the soul of your business and getting really in touch there. You will see your half-built bridges, right? You'll be able to see where you started something, left it, started a new thing and left it. This has a lot to do with, you know, I'm going to say, I stand accused of this too, of FOMO, right? We're always looking at that bright and shiny object. We always have a fear of missing out on the latest, greatest thing. So it makes it to where we have a lot of half-built bridges, right? I know when I was coming in business, when I was just period, you know, they're always saying like, go through and do it XYZ way. And then someone will say, do it another way. Other people will tell you to look at what you do well, but look at what you don't do so well and build that up. Right? I'm here to tell you, play to your strengths. In your natal chart, you're going to find a recipe for all of your strengths. Play to your strengths. Not every social media platform should you be on. I mean, I'm sure I have a video. You can go look at it on my YouTube channel where I talk about only be on like 2 or 3 at the most. You can claim your name on all of them, which I think is really important. Whatever name you like to use on social media handle. But by God, only be on 2 or 3 actively at that. You know, maybe just 1. And it should be that 1 to 3, right? Or the ones that really gel with you, that really play to your strengths. So if you're not liking face to camera because you're like, that is way too intimidating. And I don't see that as a visibility issue. Right? A lot of people go, oh, you just don't like to be visible. Some people just don't like to be on camera. It's not where they're naturally lean into. Some people are excellent writers. My God, go out and blog, right? Like book long Facebook posts, right? Play to your strengths. Now, if you're just a jibber jabber like me, you might be doing a lot of YouTube videos. You might be over on Clubhouse or something like that, where you could just sit and talk. All right, doing a podcast. Play to your strengths. If you're not sure what those are, that feels like, I don't know. Again, reach out. I'll help you out with that. But I think that's really important. I'm sorry, that was a little tangential, but it needed to come out. Right, yeah, Elizabeth and the guys. I watch Elizabeth's videos, in case you don't know. And I love them. Like, I feel so soothed by her voice. And then the information's good too, right? Especially if you're trying to get in touch with your own intuition, and she does it through art, and it's so beautiful. So I'm just throwing that plug out there. All right, so it's wonderful, guys. Even if, like, I'm not an artist, but I still go to her channel because just watching her videos, and I love the way she's incorporated tarot into her, what she does as well. All right, so another card, the energy is gaining momentum. The waxing moon, the energy is gaining momentum. Like I said, the beginning, we are riding a wave of energy right now with that Jupiter expansion and Aquarius, and it's all going on. So right now there's going to be a lot of energy, like I said, with Mars between this full moon and the new moon in Aquarius. But just keep going. Know that things are getting momentum, even if they feel a little sluggish, a little push me, pull me, a little 2 steps forward, 1 step back. In this moment, there is momentum, guys. There's a lot of momentum that's coming in your business. But get really clear. And the clearer you get and the more laser focused you are, what you do, who you serve, how you go about marketing yourself, the easier this is going to become, and the easier it'll be for you to gain as much momentum as you need. Okay. And if you know what house your Aquarius is in, go ahead and put that in, because after this card, I'm going to start talking to you guys individually about that. Okay. Let's see. I knew I wanted to pull one more card. When I was trying to figure out which decks I was going to use, I knew I needed this Universal Love deck. There's just so much going on. It's like a little dose of love. Whew. Dreams. I'll show you guys this card. Dreams. So I love this. It's so beautiful. It is a beautiful, beautiful card. Look to your dreams. A lot of you guys started your business and it was like a hope of a dream. And all of a sudden you're in the middle of it and it seems less like a dream and maybe a smidge like a nightmare. Like it's a little like all encompassing. That's okay. That just means you're at this part of your business. You're starting to up level. You might need to do some different things, right? Which is why I talked. I guess that's why I had that whole long discussion about marketing and being laser focused. Allow yourself to dream. You have to have time as a business owner, or, I think there's someone I was listening to, they call it CEO time. You've got to have this time where you're away and you could see the big picture of your business and then move forward, right? With that big picture. And sometimes that just means daydreaming, right? Sometimes that means doodling. Go hang out with Elizabeth for that, right? Sometimes that means getting a solid whatever, how many hours you need to sleep. Like I need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And that's when I'm at my best. That's a little different for everyone. But those are the kinds of things you need. You need to make sure you're running at 100%. Or for your business to be running at your 100%. Because like I said, you are your business. All right. Now, let me go back in here. All right. So one of the things I said, in Mercury in retrograde, it depends on the wherever Aquarius is, because Mercury is going to be retrograde in Aquarius. So whatever house that's in for you is the house that you really need to focus on. All right, so Southern Belle, I don't know, KH. I'm just going to say Southern Belle. Has hers in first house. Elizabeth has hers in the third house. So let's talk about Elizabeth's third house, and I'll come back to Southern Belle's first house. So Elizabeth has her Aquarius in the third house. So when I look at that, when I'm doing like a business reading of your natal chart, third house to me is communication. How are you communicating with people? How are you getting the word out about what you do? So that's where I would go in and start cleaning up things in your business. Sales funnels, websites, however that, whatever social media channels you're on, how clean are you in your communication on those channels? If you do things, not many people are doing anything in person, but if you had in-person things, these are the things I'd be looking at. What are you doing when you're communicating from you to your end customer? What are those communication mechanisms? How are they hearing about you? How could you make those communications clearer, better, cleaner, easier? I would definitely, like right now I'm hearing, like, look at your user interface. Sometimes we make it way too complex, again, stand accused, for people to work with us. Sorry. And so there's that communication that needs to happen so it's easy, so it's obvious for people to go and go, oh, I click here and now I'm going to be in touch with this person, right? And I'm going to be able to work with them with whatever capacity it is. Maybe you're selling t-shirts and you want them to buy a t-shirt. Like whatever that is, make it easy, right? Make it easy. So that's that communication piece, really third house. That's what I look at. Yay, Elizabeth. Oh, yes. Okay, good. This is the perfect time to rework a website. I know they're like, technology, Mercury retrograde. No, it's just clean up your mess. Take a moment, look at what you're doing and clean that up, right? So I'm glad you start reworking your website. I think that's going to be really helpful with communication, because this is the other thing. Because Elizabeth, I've been watching Elizabeth for a while now, probably about a year, maybe. And I've seen how she's grown. She's changed, right? She's changed what she does, how she, not exactly what she does, but kind of like the approach, maybe a little bit. And we all change and evolve over time. And so does our business. So make sure that what's out there is actually representative of your now in business, not your what was, right? Needs to represent now or where you're going. Okay. And again, we all grow and change over time. So it's something we really need to look at in business. Let's see. Where is it? Southern Belle, your Aquarius is in the first house. Hang them high. Any of my planets. No, when you look at your natal chart, and you might not know your natal chart offhand. A lot of people don't know what house stuff is offhand in their natal chart. So, but in your natal chart, that outer ring will show Aquarius, and then you'll be able to match it to a house, and that's how you know. And if you have planets, right, in there, it will influence, and it might be some other things you need to look at. Whether planets are also hanging out in the house, in Aquarius, etc. Oh, Elizabeth. So we're gonna see a lot coming on your channel then. Congratulations. So let me be the one the first to say congratulations. That's a big step. That's a huge step to come out of the closet. So a very huge step. Because sometimes people are so judgy. So judgy. So it's a huge step. Congratulations, because I get it. All right, Southern Belle, Aquarius in the first house. First house is all about how people see you, right? We think about, people think of us as our sun signs. Sort of. We think of ourselves as our sun sign. So that comes like roaring through, right? But really, what people are looking to us for, what people really want from us and see in us that they want for themselves, and that's what they kind of sort of want to buy from you, is your first house, right? Your rising sign or your ascendant, right? That begins your first house. So if that's Aquarius, this is a really hard focus on, are you really, and I don't know what you do, right, for a business, obviously. You might have some conflicts there, but we'll get there in a minute. What you want to do is make sure you are producing things that people want to see from you, right? Sometimes there's a mismatch there, right? And it doesn't mean, and sometimes it's a positioning issue, right? You can keep doing what you're doing, but it has to be positioned differently, so that people are like, oh, she is doing, I'm just assuming Southern Belle, that you're doing what they actually want you to do, what they're actually thinking they want from you. So let me try to think of an example. If you let's say you do Reiki, right? I don't know, like I said, I don't know what you do, but let's say someone does Reiki and their first house is Aquarius. Their ascendant, the rising sign is Aquarius. What someone would be looking to them for, Aquarius is all about unity and community and humanitarian kind of things. So they might not necessarily think about Reiki as something, because that's more of a healing modality, rather than like a group thing. But it might mean that what you're doing to positions, you're always doing things in groups, or you lead Reiki groups, or you teach people Reiki, and all these kinds of things. So it happens, there's more of a group community format, right? Because they're identifying, right? The first house is naturally ruled by Aries, and that's all about the self, right? Self-identity, self-love. So you'd want to put that context around it, but in a more Aquarian mode, so more of a group. So you're taking it from like this individual kind of thing to more of a group thing. Okay. Okay, your rising sign is Capricorn. So where is your Aquarius, Southern Mountain? That way I can help make that more sense. And so your rising sign, your sun sign are both Capricorn. So that's really good. You have like no conflicts. Your PR person and the stuff that you just spread around like glitter are the same. So that's always good. I'm a Leo. I spread that stuff around like glitter. I am like my own glitter bomb. My PR person is Libra. So they play pretty well together. But sometimes you have two that don't play necessarily well together. And congratulations, you're an accountant. So trained to be a business coach. I think that's beautiful. I think that's really beautiful. I know I'd be interested to see where Taurus is for you. Or what's in your 8th house, I guess, really. Okay, sun sign, Aries, Aquarius. Okay, so we were right. Aquarius is your first house. Your ascendant and your first house should be the same thing, FYI, because your ascendant starts the first house, or your rising sign and your first house are the same. So take what I gave you, roll with that. And guys, this has been a lot of fun. I've had fun, especially engaging with you guys. It's been lovely. And yeah, I am on Clubhouse. If you're on Clubhouse, I'm on Clubhouse. I'm going to start doing some stuff over there. Same Africa BAB there as well. If you need anything, if you want to work with me to crack your entrepreneurial star code, again, let me know down in the comments or reach out to me on any of the social media channels, Africa BAB. And with that, my loves, peace, joy, love to you.